Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Erica and I do drawings over here on my channel. I do time-lapse art videos, mostly. There might be a couple of stray other videos in here somewhere, I don't know. But mostly I do time-lapse art videos here. And if you're new here and this is your first time visiting my page, you are falling in on the second day of May, which is officially the second day of MerMay, even though it's the third day of May that I'm posting this video. The drawing that I'm doing is actually for the second day of May. So, that's what you're walking into, or what you're clicking into. Yeah, I guess clicking into. So I'm not sure what the actual prompt for today's MerMay challenge was. I'm not actually using any prompts for MerMay this year. I am taking it one day at a time. I'm going to try to draw a mermaid every day, but I'm not committing myself to using certain prompts or trying to make certain things. The only thing I really am committed to is on May the 4th, May the 4th be with you, I will be doing something, Star Wars based. So that one I do kind of have planned out, and I do have another one planned out, but I'm not going to talk about that one yet because I don't want to spoil it. So, but anyway, so that I have a couple that I've kind of got planned out for certain days, but nothing else really planned out. Just trying to get home at the end of the day and get a drawing done before I have to go to bed and go back to work the next day, so I can get home the next day and try to get drawing. So mermaids are going to be very simplistic this year. They're not going to have a whole lot of detail, even though I did put a little more detail into this one that I wanted to, but not as much detail as I wanted to. So I threw some starfish in there because I really wanted to do some mermaid with some starfish, and I kind of went with, again, I went with some pinky and purpley colors in her tail because I like the yellow and pinks and purples together. So I did that with this. So she's got some kind of bright yellow starfish on her to go with her little pink and purple tail. And I think I did her hair purple too because, why not? Right? I mean, it's all fantasy anyway. They don't have to have real colored hair. Purple hair is good. I mean, it's a lady with a fish on her tail, or fish her legs, something like that. Anyway. So anyway, yes, the whole point of that is I'm going to try to keep MerMay as simple as possible this year. Not a lot of detailed stuff. I decided to use markers because it's a little bit quicker working with the markers than it is with colored pencils or watercolor. Watercolor is also another very time-consuming thing, and I used watercolor last year for MerMay. That was my main medium, I guess you would say, and those paintings took me a long time, and I could have spent a lot more time on them, but I was kind of on a crunch last year too. But last year I wasn't actually working somewhere else. I was just doing art for MerMay, so I didn't have to worry about going to a second job or going and being committed to anything else. So I had a lot more time on my hands, but this year I do have some other things that I kind of have to commit to, so I have to kind of keep these in a time frame that I'm going to be able to complete them and not like completely drive myself insane for the month of May. So yeah, going with simplistic but pretty because doing the gold leaf. I love the gold leaf. I have recently started using that. I shouldn't say recently because I did use it last year, but it didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to. I had some issues with the gold leaf. I didn't really know what I was doing. It was my fault, absolutely just my fault, but I've learned a few things since then, and I have practiced with some artificial gold leaf, and then of course I've used the real gold leaf and love the artificial gold leaf. Looks beautiful, so easy to work with, and I decided to go with using that this year and using markers instead of the colored pencils or the watercolors. Like I said, just color goes so much easier until, one of them dries up or something happens to it. I did have a couple of issues with some of my markers on this one of the purples, while I was in the middle of doing the tail. The little nib fell apart and broke off, and I had to pull it out of there, and when I put the new nib in, it wasn't really flowing down into the nib, so I don't know if that marker's dried out. I'll have to check it. I haven't checked it since I put that nib in. Maybe it went down, but I don't have replacement refills for all of my colors. I just have like the ones I use the most. I have color, replacements for. So that purple I wasn't using anymore for the day for this drawing. So we had to find another purple that was kind of similar in color. But I do have like other markers that I can kind of grab from. I have the Copics, but then I also can use, I have some Spectrum Noir and some Prismacolor Premiers, and they all mix together real well. I mean, they're all alcohol-based markers, so you can use them together and it doesn't really do any damage to the art, So, yeah, that's it. And then, of course, used a white highlighter pen and a little bit of the colored pencils just for like to make certain things kind of pop up a little more, like the scales on her tail and the little white bumbly parts on the starfish. And oh, I don't think I mentioned it. When I do these, when I finish the color part of the mermaid, before I go in and put the gold leaf down, I've been trying, I do the color, most all the color first, and all the little marker parts and all that. And then I take it out and I spray it with a clear matte spray. That way, when I put my white gel pen down, because I was having a problem with the white gel pen picking up the color after, I put it on top, it like kind of, the colors would bleed together. But if you take and you spray your drawing with some of that matte top coat, matte clear, whatever it is, it keeps it from doing that. So if you should check that out, try it out. And then it also keeps it from having a glare on it, like in the parts where like the pen sometimes glares. I used to have a problem with that, but anyway, don't have that problem so much anymore. And then after that's dry, that's when I go in and I put down the gold leaf and the gold ink and the white gel pen, because then I don't have any kind of bleeding issues, and it's got a nice little protective clear coat on top of it. I don't clear coat over the gold though, because I like that to be shiny. So alright, thanks so much everybody for watching today's video. I appreciate you all, and a big thanks to all of my subscribers. You rock, you're amazing, and I will talk to everybody in the next video. Alright, love you guys. Bye!